Records show the first African Americans began arriving here in Indiana back in 1746. But when we talk about the almost 300-year journey of a culture and all of their contributions, a large part of that conversation has to include Haughville. Felicia Lawrence takes us there tonight.
A neighborhood grown out of iron, named after Haugh, Ketcham and Co ironworks, an iron foundry originally built on farmland just west of downtown Indianapolis. This was the main attraction in the late 1800s.
To find jobs, to find labor jobs, to find jobs in the foundries, to find jobs in the factories. And you had that work in Haughville.
Incorporated in 1883, Haughville grew. Railroad tracks came, a new Michigan Street bridge across the White River, and the foundation for a neighborhood was fortified.
You're looking for a place where you can work, that you can thrive, that you can take care of your family. Building a community is a big part of that.
From there, European immigrants worked in these factories, Irish, Polish, and Slovenians. And later, a growing black community also found work and a home there too.
We know that blacks arrived in Haughville at different points throughout history, and coming during that time following World War I and continuing on, blacks would have been arriving in Haughville and trying to build their lives there.
By the mid-20th century, the census identifies Haughville as being almost 20% black.
You see these different pieces, elements where, okay, there's people here, there's black people here, there's community here, and they're having those institutions to support and help them as they're trying to build their lives.
When we look at articles in the Indianapolis Recorder and Iron Company publications, we see signs of a growing community. Newspapers served as social media at the time. We see church events, school events, and evidence of a black voting bloc.
But we know that there was a colored voting bloc in Haughville, and just being able to find information about people coming out to speak to voters. And as I say colored, that is the identification that was used during that time. And so being able to see that in the Indianapolis Recorder and say, yes, there's something happening here.
By the 70s, black people would make up almost half the population in Haughville. And efforts to reclaim the neighborhood and revitalize it would continue into the 2000s. The community group, Friends of Belmont Beach, knows this journey firsthand.
We was looking just for a place for joy, right? We wanted to enjoy the water. We wanted to do what we see everybody else doing around us.
Belmont Beach originally opened August 8, 1936. It provided a place for black people to swim and enjoy life by the water. But Haughville continued to change. And the second half of the 20th century, the factories left, the interstate came, both changing the map of the community. The 1980s and 90s would include the fight against community blight, crime, and drugs. But Haughville's Iron Foundation is still here. Over the last 6 years, Friends of Belmont Beach has re-energized this riverside.
Once the community seen it's us building these poles, these signs was put in by your actual neighbor, myself, my dad, my brother. It was kind of a buy-in from 2020 on.
Building a new space and creating new programming. And it's that kind of enterprising spirit that's alive and well in Haughville.
The development and the future of Belmont Beach is bright. We carry the legacy that was created for us. We're just tearing the wall down and we're showing what our community looks like, and hopefully other communities can take this and run with it. This is one space for the whole, probably near west side, that you could just come to, enjoy the water, enjoy neighbors, enjoy nature, enjoy the scenery, take a walk.
Felicia Lawrence, 13 News.